Hey, I'm back. We back in the New York groove, just like Kiss said. Same old guy, nothing has changed. We have a jam-packed episode for you guys, and we are...
What do you mean nothing's changed?
Nothing's changed. Korea hasn't changed me. Great time. Awesome place.
You used to dress professionally, like me. I came dressed professionally to record a professional show, and you came here dressed like this.
I mean, yes, your tie is very 9.5 out of 10. But I don't know what he's talking about. Nothing's changed. Let's get into it. You know, it is getting a little bit hot in here. Charles, thank you. Guys, we have a jam-packed episode just for you. A lot of great content. I'm really excited. I know he's really excited. So without further ado, here we go. First topic of the day, Artifact, the card game. You heard about it?
Well, yeah, it's all I hear about, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, it's a digital card game. It's made by Richard Garfield. That's pretty much all I know about it. He's the creator of Magic the Gathering. I'm sure you've heard about that. But, you know, I'm excited to hear your thoughts and what it is and where do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, well, I stream Magic and I spend a lot of time talking about Magic. So naturally, all I'm seeing is people talking about Artifact. Richard Garfield is undeniably the best card game creator of all time, and he's potentially the best game designer ever to live. So the fact that this is coming from him is very exciting. The next thing that makes this very exciting is coming from Valve. Valve, a company known for games like Dota and Half-Life, some of the most popular games in their genres ever, have not put out many games recently. So it's really exciting that they're doing something in this genre, the digital card game genre. And
Absolutely.
Which Artifact has some really cool things about it. One of the most interesting things is it's based on Dota, actually, the Valve game.
Very interesting.
So the board is, it's kind of like a MOBA in that it has multiple lanes. So the battle is taking place in multiple lanes. Now, the digital card game market is rather saturated. We have Hearthstone, Gwent, Elder Scrolls Legend. There's Magic the Gathering Online.
Isn't that like Lord of the Rings one coming or something? Or it's out? I don't know.
I mean, do you play any of these digital card games? Do you have any experience with any of those?
Actually, yeah, I do. I play Elder Scrolls Legends, which is,
right on.
you know, it's a lot of the Skyrim and Oblivion mechanics. Not mechanics, but like cards, and there's a lot of overlapping story and everything. They're actually having a big rebranding and completely new everything. They're starting from ground zero, which is very interesting, but that's for a different day. Back to Artifact, you know, something that I saw online that I think is really interesting is that they're integrating the cards into the Steam marketplace, and you can trade your cards, you can buy cards, you can sell cards.
Super cool.
That's like a whole new mechanic that isn't really in any other game, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that's one of the most awkward things, and it's one of the biggest questions you have to answer when you're making a digital card game is how do you structure your economy? In Hearthstone, you can destroy cards for dust, but you get less out of destroying cards than it costs to make cards, so it feels a little punishing. Magic Online is very tricky to buy and sell cards. Magic Arena, you can't trade at all.
Right.
Gwent, similar thing, you can't trade at all. So it's going to be super interesting to see this economy integrate itself into the Steam marketplace.
Right, and it's going to actually hold a tangible value, which is like, you know, these cards in other games still hold value, but this is legitimately right here on Steam. This is how much it costs.
We, the digital card game community and card game community in general, have been looking for a new game. Nothing wrong with Magic. I love it. It's in a great spot right now, but people are looking for something else, and this is very hyped up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm seeing it all over the place. The game will cost you $20. It'll come with 2 pre-made decks and a handful of alternative packs that come with you know, the down costs, and then you can buy extra packs for $2, I think. So you know, it's not free to play. We see Fortnite, obviously. No conversation goes without Fortnite. Fortnite's free, and then everything else costs money. This is a down payment, and then everything else will cost money on top of that. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. You know, I might give it a try. We'll see. I know you definitely will.
Oh, I will. You can come over and play it on my house.
Hey.
Yeah.
And when is the game available on Steam?
It's coming to Steam late November, so soon.
Late November. All right, guys. You heard all about it from us. We're excited for it. Hopefully you are too. Once the game comes out, you know where to leave a review. Down below on Moot. Put it anywhere. On to the next. Next up on the docket, PUBG. Patch notes 1.0 update 19. There is a plethora, I say plethora of updates here in the update and the patches. Way too much to go through on this episode. So I'm going to put you on the spot, Brian. Why don't you give me your top 3 things from this update?
I can't give you 3, but I can give you 4 or 5. So this patch is not live yet. It might be by the time you're watching this. This is an absolutely massive patch, as you mentioned. So the most exciting thing for me, it's not the biggest, but dynamic weather is finally coming back. So what that means is we can finally get rain maps and fog maps again, both on Erangel, where it was originally, and I believe the weather is coming to Miramar as well.
Great.
So it'll be really cool. The weather maps, some people hated it. I thought it was a nice change of pace when you're just grinding out games from nonstop, which is what we did before Fortnite came around.
Okay. That's one.
The next big thing is bullet penetration is getting reworked, specifically regarding penetrating through hands and arms. A lot of times you would have a chest shot on someone, but their arm, because of the way they were holding their weapon, blocked it. And guns and bullets do a lot less damage to arms than chest. So now, if you shoot someone in the arm, but it would have hit them in the chest had it gone through the arm, it will go through the arm and you'll deal the full chest damage. So it's pretty cool when you were supposed to hit a big shot and then you do very, very little damage because you hit them in the arm. So that's number 2. The third thing, it is now easier to drop items and just manage your inventory in general. So you can drop stacks of ammo at whatever amount you want a lot easier than before.
That's good.
And there was this really annoying thing in PUBG where if you try to replace a scope or attachment on one of your weapons, but your inventory was full, it wouldn't let you replace it. Now, if you try to replace a scope with a full inventory, that scope that you are replacing goes straight to the ground.
Wow.
So there was actually a huge issue, and you would die a lot because you had poor inventory management skills and you weren't good at the game like me. And number 4 and 5 go hand in hand. As with every PUBG patch, we've been promised bug fixes and general optimization. Now, we've been promised optimization in every PUBG patch ever since the game started, and the game still runs pretty terribly compared to a lot of its competitors.
Zing.
So I don't necessarily have high hopes as far as optimizing the game, but it runs well enough to play if for some reason you're still playing PUBG.
Shots fired right there.
But, if you are playing PUBG, let us know if it's more well optimized when this patch comes out, probably about the time you're seeing this episode.
Wow. That was a hot take there. There was a lot of content in that. Now I know why we gave you a full episode by yourself. You might get let's talk contracts after this. Check out the full list of updates below. We'll put a link there for you. Make it nice and convenience. And it's a big update. There's a lot here. So, like always, tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Really looking forward to hearing it. Brian, you know what? Feeling a little angry right now.
Oh, yeah?
And I think you'll be happy to hear that your segment of He Mad is back again. It has lived on another week, but this time it's mine. So get on out of here.
All right.
Get out. Get out and take your stinking mic with you, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Clash Royale. I am a top 5 internationally ranked player. That's not true, but recently, a couple months ago, they introduced an update, and the update was Clan War, and it's huge. It's a great way to get new cards. It's a great way to open new chests. It's amazing. But I have a massive complaint with specifically people in my clan, and I know what happens in your clan. If you play in Collection Day, your 3 drives, and you collect cards for the clan, but then you do not participate in War Day, what's going on there? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you hurting my heart? Why are you making me cry? I don't like it. He doesn't like it. That guy doesn't like it. They don't like it. I'm mad. On to the next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about done, but before we go, we got a few more topics for you. 1, post of the week. This week it comes from a beautiful Moot user by the name of W. Now, W claims that Fortnite will never die, and he doesn't go into too much detail here, but we're hoping that we can do that in a little bit. Now, if you want to know my opinion on this, yes, Fortnite is going to die eventually, just as everyone else will end the planet and the whole galaxy potentially. Who really knows? But if we're talking in the current, upcoming, even 5 years, I would say, then no, Fortnite will not die. And I am dying to hear what you have to say about this.
Well, I think that it is admirable that W is defending Fortnite, for sure. There was a pretty hot and heavy attack on Fortnite in the Fortnite Lounge recently from, I forget the user's name, but it was pretty aggressive, pretty well-argued explanation for why the game would die. But ultimately, I think you're right. I don't know about 5 years, but I mean, we saw this with PUBG. We're at a place where it feels like I can't even fathom a gaming world that isn't dominated by Fortnite.
Yeah.
So who knows how long they'll stay on top, but they're killing it. So
yeah, I mean, long story short, it's not going anywhere soon. They're doing an incredible job. On to the next topic. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the meme of the week. This time it comes from GalizYT. I assume that stands for YouTube. His post right here. Pretty good. It's a fat guy. It's a fat guy. Yeah, it's good. You know what to do. Submit your memes every week. Put them anywhere in the memes board of any lounge. We'll find them. We'll feature it here, and might get a little laughs, might get a few chuckles, might get some upvotes, might get some comments. Who knows? The world is yours. Last but not least, it is time for the question of the week. I'm gonna let my guy, Bry Guy, the French fry, lie guy, take over.
I'm not sure if that was a compliment or an insult, but
it just kind of happened.
No, we're just gonna wave that off.
We're just gonna keep going.
We're just gonna wave that off. This week's question of the week. What would you like next week's question of the week to be? Let us know in the YouTube comments or maybe in response to the Daily Moot, wherever you're seeing this. Let us know. We will pick a question. That'll be next week's question of the week.
And without further ado, see you next week. That was a good tip. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
What is that? How'd you get that?
How'd I get what?
Take it off.
I'm not gonna
take it off.
I'm not gonna take my shirt off. The camera's still on.
You know what, Sean? Just cut it. Just cut it. Had enough.